What's up, my people? You're now tuned in to Me TV. Now, we gonna bring you all the stories about the stories that we need to bring you stories about. You feel me? So, that's what we gonna do. Some stories might be good, some stories might be tragic, but hey man, that's how these stories go. I don't make it up. Now we getting into it. You feel me? So look, man, bang the like button, bang that subscribe button. You see them on the screen. Yeah, them right there. Hit the like and subscribe, man. Hit that right there. Now we about to get started with our story. Yo, you already know I'm back with another one with Me TV 1.0. If you're new to the channel, you heard me, show me some love, man. Give me that sub. And if you've been here watching, if you've been here listening, like and share if you care. You already know, man. I appreciate all the love, all the views, all the comments, you heard me. Link to the Cash App in the description for anybody who want to donate. But I'm not going to hold you no longer, man. We got a tragic story. This is out of a small town in Tennessee. This actually happened in 2018. Yeah, 2018. And this young lady was actually 16 years old. So, without further ado, let's get started. So we have 16-year-old Diamond Bradley. Not to get this confused with the Diamond Bradley that went missing 20 years ago. Not to get this confused with that Diamond Bradley, but this Diamond Bradley is from small town Tennessee. And social media is a vital and great part of what we do nowadays. And I'm mentioning social media because social media plays a big part into this story. And this is a very crazy story. And I want to tell parents to be very, very vigilant of what your kids are doing nowadays on the phones, on the TVs, on the iPads, on any type of electronic device where you can surf the web or get on the internet or access information. It's imperative that we monitor our kids and the things that they're doing. Now, mind you, this story happened in 2018. So the understanding of the technology in 2018 was not advanced as it is now, to not just the kids understanding, but the parents understanding, but the people around understanding. Because for a while it was no understanding of the effects that this type of stuff, social media, can do to you. But nevertheless, we started in a small town in Tennessee, and this small town was conducive for a good upbringing, but it really wasn't conducive for the teens to be able to do what they want to do or have fun, to say the least. But Mrs. Diamond Bradley, had a cousin named Jill, and that she often, they would be together, almost a spitting image of each other. They would consider twins, and they also had a relationship as such. So, in 2018, Diamond Bradley, had a phone, right? This is when the phones really just start making their way, higher technology. She had a phone. And what a lot of people didn't know is the young 16-year-old was living a double life that only her cousin Jill knew about. And I know what y'all asking, what type of double life was she living? Well, she was actually on dating sites, not just dating sites, but she was also on, how could I say, escort sites, meeting up with different men. Now, mind you, this is a 16-year-old high school girl, and of course, she's a very inquisitive, very, how could I say, curious. about boys and different things like that. And we don't know at this point in time how active. Of course, she had to be some type of active for her to be meeting up with men. And unfortunately, she met up with this guy, as you see on the screen. And this guy was sentenced to 53 years in prison, Mr. Richard Henderson. And she met this guy through a dating app, of which when the police investigated, they was able to track down this man and this individual due to the vehicle that he drove and due to the fact that he was caught on camera in close proximity to where her cell phone was located at. Now, mind you, we talking about 2018. We talking about 6 years ago. So initially, they didn't have any leads. So they went straight to the cell phone. And the cell phone didn't provide any leads at the time until it was discovered by her brother that she had a second cell phone. And it was through this second cell phone that the family was able to discover the dating sites that she was on, and not just the dating sites, the escort sites. And they found this out due to the police investigating the phone, and due to the notifications, they was able to see, even though I was reading in the report, it didn't seem like they was able to unlock the phone, but they was able to initially look at the notifications, and then some kind of way they unlocked the phone. Mind you, this 2018, so this probably was an Android phone, just to throw that in there or whatever, because they wouldn't have been able to get an iPhone unlocked that simple or that easy or whatever that may be. But it was through the second phone that she realized that before this guy that you see on the screen, before he even came into the picture, it was another guy that was looked at as a suspect, because he was also with Mrs. Diamond Bradley, or the young lady Diamond Bradley, and he was also an older guy. But the caveat to this is they questioned the man and they also interrogated the man, only to find out that this man was not only sleeping with Diamond, or visiting Diamond, should I say, he was actually with the other cousin, Gio, at the time. Now, they don't say exactly how old this individual is, but I'm pretty sure he's not a kid. Because if he was with the cousin at the time all this was going on, I'm pretty sure he was old enough to have his own apartment, own car, his own something. He was definitely not a kid, and they definitely don't explain how old the cousin was. But we about to read this report. An officer came to Doris' home that evening after she called to report Diamond. Doris told the officers that Diamond had two phones, one for calls and one for texts, and that she left one at home. The phone was locked, but the messages previews sent chills down the officer's spine. Diamond was in communication with multiple men, and the context of the messages made the officers believe the teen was in imminent danger. Diamond Bradley, 16, of Spring Valley, Illinois, dreamed of getting her a GED and becoming a nurse, but her life was tragically cut short after a rendezvous with a 26-year-old man from a neighboring town. On January 24th, Diamond's mother, Doris, knocked on her daughter's bedroom door, but the teen wasn't there. Doris didn't worry at first, since she knew Diamond sometimes walked to the nearby gas station for coffee. Doris tried to call her daughter, but the phone went to voicemail. Diamond didn't answer any calls from her brother either. Diamond's friends all said they hadn't seen her, and she wasn't at any of her usual hangouts. As the days stretched into afternoon, Doris grew more frantic. It wasn't like her daughter to go more than a few hours without responding to her, as well as the brother. It will continue. The man who admitted Tuesday that he murdered Springfield Valley teenager Diamond Bradley and dumped her 16-year-old's body in a ditch last winter will spend 53 years in prison. Richard A. Henderson, a standard, received that sentence in Putnam County Circuit Court. Excuse me for my pronunciation of that. As part of the negotiated plea agreement in which he pleaded guilty to one count of first-degree murder in return for a prison term that avoided the risk of natural life in prison without parole. This is a crazy situation, man. You gotta watch your daughters, you gotta watch your kids, period. And you gotta watch their cell phones, because she meet with a 26-year-old man at 16. But we'll continue. Henderson, 26, received credit for 275 days served in jail, but he will otherwise have to serve 100% of the sentence, said Circuit Court Judge Stephen Corey. The former greenhouse worker had been scheduled for a December 17th bench trial, and those plans had remained in place at the hearing last Thursday, but plea negotiations intensified Monday and led to the agreement after the girl's family accepted the terms. State's Attorney Christina Judd Meany said after Tuesday court session. This is a wild situation, man. How could you not pay attention to your kids? And it was never said how many kids her mother had. Did she live with a single mother? Did she have a father around? None of this was said, but I'm pretty sure the father was nowhere around. We talked to the family, and it was their decision to take the plea. Meany said they needed closure, and they thought 53 years was acceptable. They knew nothing was going to bring Diamond back, unfortunately, and a few more years wouldn't make any difference. Public Defender Roger Borland said he'd been preparing to file a set of final pretrial motions due Tuesday until Henderson instructed him to inquire about a possible plea agreement. Henderson did not elaborate on his reasons for accepting the terms, Borland noted, but prosecutors had served notice that they intended to seek the enhanced sentence of natural life beyond the normal range of 20 to 60 years for first-degree murder. So they was basically seeking a death penalty for this whole situation, and he knew that he wouldn't have had no possible way to get out of this or even see the light of day. Not saying that he should, but this is crazy. This was his decision, Borland emphasized. We were ready for trial in a brief statement of facts, meaning summarize the sequence of events that had been outlined before. Henderson picked the 16-year-old up at home early on the morning of January 24th and drove her in a Jeep to a remote rural location along a gravel road south of Standard near the border with LaSalle County. Meany said that he stabbed her multiple times and then left her lifeless body in a ditch where it was found 3 days later. She continued. A knife later recovered by police in Henderson's former workshop at the commercial greenhouse outside of Granville later provided to be the murder weapon, and the prosecutors confirmed. So not only did you stab her, you kept the murder weapon, dummy. Henderson was arrested February 5th after an intense investigation by multiple police agencies and initially charged with the concealing of a homicidal debt. The lesser charges eventually dropped after murder charges were filed. The police gave us a really solid case, said Meany, who praised the work of the numerous investigators involved. We were ready to go to trial. Several family members were in court, and the teen mother made a victim impact statement, including referring to two younger children being unable to sleep since the crime. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the younger kids definitely had a problem sleeping, and this was their big sister. You got to think about the effects that it have on these kids mentally, man. And I want y'all to watch this clip of him talking in a prosecute in a interview, interrogation interview, and let me know what y'all think. But I appreciate y'all, man, for watching this. You made it this far. Let me know where you watching from. Hit that sub, show me some love, like and share if you care. You already know, man. I'll be back with another one on Me TV 1.0, and we would like to say rest in peace and condolences to the Bradley family. Although this happened in 2018, we would like to give much love and much respect to the family as they going through a tragedy, and this is something that will stick with them for the rest of their lives. So I would like to be respectful, and I appreciate it from even being able to speak on this story to bring awareness to it. But I'll be back with another one. Yeah.